to go in the room podcast with a special guest right off his tournament win Saturday at Enigma Jiu-Jitsu. I have Calvin Tacey on the line, ready to talk about his performance on Saturday. Dude, how you feeling about it? And, a couple of days removed from it, how you feel about how you did there?
I feel good. Great experience, definitely. I feel like I performed well. I went out, executed everything I wanted to do. But, I feel good about the result.
Excellent. Well, looking, at your past accolades, man, you've been to some huge tournaments. How does this this atmosphere compare to some of them other ones? I mean, them are on huge levels, but this is more an intimate level and a little more private atmosphere. How did it feel to flow there at Enigma?
It was a great atmosphere. I mean, obviously I felt like I was coming into hostile territory, especially in my finals match. Everyone seemed to be backing that guy. Every time he hats off to him. He was very technical and everything, but every time he would, get an advantage on me. Like, he took my back at one point and just the crowd kind of popped. So I don't know. I did that. I've done that before. I've competed in Pittsburgh in a super fight, and same atmosphere, packed house, everyone kind of against me. And I don't know, it kind of gets me going a little bit,
Excellent. Did you have anyone with you besides, I know you had maybe a couple of people with you, but did you have anyone helping you, coaching you along while you were in there, or are you kind of on your own?
No, I had my wife there, but she just got her blue belt, so her knowledge isn't all there. She's still picking things up.
Well, dude, I mean, you can't knock the blue belt, dude, because you were a blue belt and you were devastating people back then, man. So, is she training out of Ocean County Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu also?
Yeah, she picked up training there right before COVID, and then it kind of shut down, and she came back afterwards when we kind of got things rolling again, and yeah,
awesome.
She's been training there for about a year now.
Well, I'm sure she got plenty of privates with you. I mean, you guys are married, so, great, man. And you had a training partner during that shutdown time. So, dude, let's talk a little bit about, it's 2021. You were at some serious tournaments in the beginning of the year, maybe just 2 or 3 weeks ago. Let's talk about where you were and what you did there.
My other past tournaments?
Yeah, a couple in the past.
Recently, American Nationals I did back in December, and then prior to that was the Pan American Championships. We did those in Atlanta, Georgia. I won both of those with a 100% submission rate. So I performed pretty well, but yeah, I've really hit a stride lately. Like coming into 2020, and I think it was COVID taking everything away. I kind of realized, like, I do want to be out there competing, and when I couldn't, it sucked. So it motivated me that much more, and I took the time to train as much as I could, and I really hit a stride coming back, and my confidence boosted. I started coming into tournaments almost cold, like I'm just stone-faced, just good to go, ready to go. I don't care. I don't have the anxiety as much anymore. I mean, obviously we all still get the butterflies, but for the most part, I don't know. I just feel a lot better, and I think that's enabled me great success thus far.
Excellent. Well, I speaking to you before we started interviewing here. I saw you at the tournament, but like you said, you had that face on, that game face, and I go, I'm not going to speak to this guy. He is in the zone. He's watching, and he's ready to go do his job, man. So, going in there, there was more, like you said, you walked in there, and it seemed like everyone was for a Placido, a big name on the circuit there and in New England, and he's rolled at Enigma, and a lot of guys in there know him. Dude, what'd you feel in there? I mean, he is high level. He's on the John Danaher. What'd you feel rolling with him? You've rolled with high caliber, rollers in the past, man. But what'd you feel there in his territory and rolling there with him?
He moved very well, that guy. I knew I didn't want to entangle legs that much with him, so anytime he started tying my legs up, Nicky Rod does this a lot. He'll limp leg, and he'll just yank that leg out of there, and he's out. So I did that a couple times, just got my leg out of there. I didn't want to sit in and play. I didn't want to play leg locks with my legs being pummeled inside and stuff. So I kept those back best I could, but he moved very well. everything. And I mean, the guy was relentless. So I finished him with an Estima lock, and yeah, it came on pretty quick. But prior to that, I had him in a shoulder clamp, and I had turned him all the way to the mat, and his arm popped, and he limp armed out of it and rolled out. And I was like, all right, it's gonna go there.
So all right. So when that happened, you knew at that point you had to put something a little more severe on him, and you talked about that, where you finished him, and that's where a lot of debate comes on, because I had the finish, and Enigma did so many great things with video, and that's coming out now of the complete match. But I did have the clip of the finish and just the series leading to it. There's a lot of debate online between competitors and coaches and just newbies. People have been at the game for a long time, man. Where do you see it? And is that lock something that has to be put on the way you put it on in a roll that way?
So the lock itself, you have to slap it on quick. Otherwise, it's very easy to just kind of kick your leg and you can roll right out of it. Tom emphasizes that a lot, that the Estima lock, you shouldn't fear an Estima lock because you can roll out of it, but people can slap it on pretty quickly. Now, me, it's like I've caught people in it in other tournaments before. So if you go back far enough, super fights and stuff, I've caught people, but it's kind of like a muscle reaction for me. As soon as I feel that foot hit my floating rib, I catch it every time. And a lot of the times it doesn't finish. Sometimes like that, it'll roll up under there, and it's pretty gnarly. But for the most part, yeah, I get it because I'll grab it, and it lets people know it's there, and they'll start hiding their foot, or they'll keep it out of my chest. And it kind of stops them from putting it in the middle and getting their butterfly hook and elevating me and everything. So it's more just muscle reaction. As for people that are ridiculing me for it, I don't know. I don't go on social media all that much. I just got on it because Tom kind of told me you need it for
sponsors and stuff. Yeah.
My wife's still helping me sort that thing out, like how to share stories and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, I guess I'm getting ridiculed and everything too, and then some people are against me. But from what I understand, everyone that's high level understands that it's a consequence of the tournaments. And I don't really know anyone that's saying bad things about me, so I don't really care what they say or their opinion. It doesn't really matter to me.
Well, Calvin, welcome to social media and being on the elite level. I mean, Tom reached out. He went on social media, talked about the move that you put on there, and it was explained great by him on all areas of it. There was even a doctor that was on Instagram that shared the video. He talked all about how it's put on and how you explained it, how it has to be aggressively put on. And, it seemed like you may have tried to grab that a couple of times during the roll, during that he, at that time, he was onto it, but you just snuck it in there, and bang, pop. That's over. Now, when you caught it and you did that, man, what was your feeling there? I mean, of course, the tournament's over at that point, but like you said, you were in kind of his world as far as his backyard. What was the feeling in you when you stood up and after you put that on him?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I hit it. He scream tapped, so I let it go. I kind of stepped back. He was laying there for a second, so I let him gather himself. I went and checked on him, and then I kind of just stepped away from him because when I've had people break my shit pretty bad in tournaments. At the West Coast Trials, I actually, with Gordon Ryan and John Danaher in my corner, I had a guy hip into a heel hook, and I scream tapped, and my knee and ankle blew before I hit the ground. And I was limping around on it for days. So, and the last thing I wanted was that guy in my face hugging me and shit. So
yeah, exactly.
I just take that approach. I was like, yeah. I'll let him stay there. He's got his friends and family and everyone supporting him. Last thing he wants to do is see my face. And so I just stood back, went and talked to my wife, got a glass of water, and kind of just waited around for them to cool down and went from there. But I reached out to him afterwards on Instagram.
Yep.
I DM'd him and kind of just checked in on him, and you know.
Awesome. And you know what? That's what the people maybe ridiculing you. They don't see they don't see that part of it, and they don't see that that care that comes after tournaments and stuff. That if someone gets injured, Tom reached out to him. Tom knows him. Tom knows his coach. As far as Placido, you said you don't seem to have known much of him coming into the tournament. No.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't know anything really about him until afterwards. But I mean, that's on me. I don't know. I don't get into the whole social media game, and I don't watch a lot of jiu-jitsu. I have like a Flow grappling subscription, but I think it's because they just keep charging my account every year.
Well, you're on it all the time, buddy. I mean, you're giving them, thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of views, man, because you're killing people out there in these tournaments, these high level tournaments, man. And then you come into New England and kind of into the backyard of all these dudes rolling here, and you just roll right through them, my man. It was an impressive performance. You were, like you said, cool, calm, and collective through the whole thing. Talking to a couple of the competitors that roll with you during the tournament, man, they came back. One of them sat next to me, and he was joking about what you did to him. He goes, "Dude, I don't know what he did to me, but my whole my whole body just hurt." He goes, "I don't know what it was, but at that level, man, there's some special things that you guys pull off, man." So, as far as what's next for you, man, I mean, the year has just opened. You're winning tournaments. You just received your brown belt from Tom, correct?
Right. Yeah, I just got my brown belt about a month ago.
So is this the first tournament that you've won with your brown belt, or have you had another tournament with the brown belt?
No, this is my first tournament competing as a brown belt. Yes.
Wow! Congratulations, man. Well, put on a show with that brown belt, man.
Thank you.
So as far as Tom, I mean, you went there. You were on your own. You just had your wife there. Was he connecting with you at all during here? I know he's a busy guy. He's got so many students, but he talked so highly of you. And, you came from Hawaii and you went right to his gym. You went to Michigan, went to his gym and basically been under him, killing it for, 4 years or so now?
Yeah, since I moved out here end of 2017.
Yeah, so does he contact you? Does he basically try to get to most of your, all your tournaments and just some he can't make it? And how does he connect with you when that's happening?
So as far as like this last tournament, he'll reach out to me day of and wish me good luck and everything. And he kind of just like pumps me up and everything. And you're going to kill him and all that kind of shit. But yeah, he usually shows up to most of my tournaments. He's really taken a great role in coaching the past couple of years. Ever since he retired from competition, he's really been involved with building our competitors up, and we've got a pretty killer room right now. He'll travel out to everything. Like last time for American Nationals, he was teaching a seminar or something, and he went out to Texas with us, and he had someone else. I don't know if it was Gordon or Gary cover his seminar for him so that he could go out for us.
Well, yeah, that's him caring for his students. And dude, man, you guys are shining for him. I mean, especially you. I'm sure I'm going to be seeing other dudes from that gym in future tournaments. Is Enigma something that you might want to come back to? They got another event. I do believe they're making in June. It's going to be a bigger one. They're going to have they rented another like a bigger venue, bigger and better. And I think they're going to stream it that day on like a pay-per-view. So it's kind of a big thing for a new promotion, a new gym, a new jiu-jitsu school getting this stuff together. Is it something that interests you in the future? Maybe bringing another one of Tom's, kids down?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Christos talked to me after the competition on Saturday and had asked if I'd be interested in coming back up. And I said, just hit me up, let me know, and we'll see where it goes. If it works out, it does. If it doesn't, then doesn't, I guess.
Excellent, my man. Well, dude, a pleasure, catching up with you and talking to you about, that afternoon and, putting on a show there, dude. And like I said before the interview, I didn't want to bother you, man, but talking to you now, man, I wish I kind of talked to you then, because you seem like a hell of a guy, and there's a lot of stories that you've been through as far as living in Hawaii, serving our country, and then coming here and training under Deblass, and really putting a show in the jiu-jitsu community, man. So last thing, I know you're building your social media. And rightfully so, brother, because sponsors should be dying to go on your back, man, at this point. So shout out anything you want to shout out, thank yous, and social media, and I'll let you get going and get out of here.
Just thank you to my opponents for Saturday and all my other opponents in the future that allow me to compete. And thank you to my teammates especially, and Tom Deblass for coaching me, and everyone else for kicking my ass every day. And thank you to my wife for letting me do jiu-jitsu every day.
Excellent, my man. Well, she must be damn proud of you, man. And she's chasing you, buddy. She's chasing you now, man. So
Yeah.
thanks so much, Calvin, for giving me the time and speaking out. And I can't wait to see you. Hopefully you'll be back in June. I'll be back there. And we'll sure to get a word and interview right there on the spot this time. All right, my man?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that sounds great to me, man.
All right, my man.
You take care.
Okay.